here as well. Hello, hello, YouTube fam. Good to see you logging in here live for our finger cymbal mini class and Ask Me Anything meet and greet session. Good to see y'all. Happy to be here, and I have a very YouTube specific announcement to make in just a second. So stick around. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know what is going on in your world, Zill related or not. I am thick in the preparations for Jelina's Alice in Wonderland showcase coming to San Antonio next month. So any of you who know Jelina's belly dance evolution experience, where she travels around the world and puts on these great theatrical belly dance shows, and local dancers can audition to be a part of it, I will be performing along with 3 of my students from Houston. We will be going to San Antonio at the end of July to perform in Alice in Wonderland on July 26th in San Antonio. So if you are in the Houston, San Antonio area and are interested, watch my social media. I have shared the link for tickets, and I will be sharing it more and more in the days to come. The show is going to be freaking amazing, and I am up to my eyeballs in choreography. I don't think I've ever learned this many choreographies at such an accelerated pace in my entire dance career, which is actually kind of crazy considering I've been doing this for 26 years and at one point in time performed, 4 nights a week up to seven shows a night, but never this many choreographies. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And I think it's going to be an incredible show, and I would love for you all to come. So today I have a couple of questions that people have asked me in the community and a couple of questions that I've gotten via email that I was going to answer really quickly. And then please make sure you have your finger cymbals ready, because we are going to be playing. I've been releasing a series of short and sweet tutorials on my social media, here in Facebook, also on YouTube, just showing simple patterns that are really fun to play and showing them from the dancer's perspective as though it was your hands. I think it's kind of easier to learn that way. And I've gotten some good response on them. And I wanted to take you through one of the ones that I released just recently. That is one of these things that sounds really fancy, sounds really complicated, but when it's broken down correctly, you'll realize it's really not that hard, but it sounds cool. And don't we all love that stuff that's really not that challenging to do, but is a lot of bang for your buck? So grab your cymbals, because we will be playing with that riff in just a second. So a couple of questions that I have been asked that I wanted to take a second to go into. I get emailed all the time, and I love this. I'm honored. People ask me all the time when certain Soroyan cymbals are going to be back in stock, which I do not work for the company. You might think that I do, because I talk about them all the time and about how much I love their cymbals, because they really are my absolute favorite cymbals on the planet. I don't work for Soroyan. Virginia and Vince are my friends. I've definitely gone out and visited them and gotten to see their shop and whatnot, but I do not know when certain things are in stock. But I did want to pass along, and I think it came up in the Facebook group the other day, that there is a shortage of the brass metal that they use to create the finger cymbals. The manufacturer that makes that metal for the cymbals does not make it anymore. And a lot of other manufacturers aren't willing to take on a small business like Soroyan, because they're not buying, millions of metric tons of metal. And so we're actually having trouble with the supply chain, both between stuff that happened just post-COVID and with this metal situation. So please have patience when you see that a lot of stuff on their website is not in stock. It's because they can't get the material to make the finger cymbals. They're always looking for more places. If you happen to know, if you're in the metal industry and you could connect them with someone who could supply the brass that they need to make their amazing cymbals, I'm sure that would be incredibly appreciated. But please know, if they've switched their website over recently, where if something is not in stock, it's not listed on their website where it used to be. They don't take a wait list because it's impossible to keep track of. They are a small business. It's just the 2 of them. And they both have, or he does, Virginia has another job. So anyway, just I wish I could help you if you want to know if something is back in stock, but I can't. But thank you for your emails. I appreciate that so much. I love, passing your messages along to Virginia, letting her know that y'all are looking to get in touch with her. Anyway, so that is one question that came up. And then there was another question someone was asking about elastic and finding elastics. I know a lot of you are sad, like I am, that Joanne Fabrics is no longer a thing. I used to go to Joanne Fabrics on a weekly basis. I thought I should take out stock because I was buying so much stuff at Joann's. I was addicted. And that's where I'd always get my elastic. I buy my elastic now on Amazon. I will admit I had so much elastic left over, even when Joanne went belly up. I was able to continue sewing elastic into my finger cymbals. But something I did want to mention, someone was asking me, what kind of elastic should I get? And the biggest thing that I see is that you definitely want elastic that's going to be like, it's going to have a little bit of stretch, but not too much stretch. I find elastic that's meant for like lingerie and things that are real stretchy sometimes doesn't work. I think there's braided and woven elastic. I like them both. And I can't remember which one this is now that I'm thinking. I think this might be the woven. But one thing that I would recommend when you're thinking about how wide your elastic should be, you can easily measure the slot in your finger cymbal and see, is it a quarter inch? Is it a half inch? You know, how thick is that? How wide is that slot? And if you buy, this is something I haven't done before, but these Zills are a great representation of that. If you buy elastic that's slightly wider, which seems counterintuitive. Typically, all my Zills, except for these, are set up with elastic that are the exact same width, which works great. These were gifted to me by a friend, and she actually sewed in the elastics. You can see how they kind of dimple in at the bottom because she shoved them in there because they're a little bit wider than the slot is. This is phenomenal for control of your finger cymbals. And so if I could recommend having elastic that's slightly wider than the slit size of your finger cymbal, it really makes for very comfortable play. I feel like it spreads the pressure and the tension on your finger a little bit. My fingers don't turn color quite as much. And it feels very solid and very, very in control. Like I have great control of the cymbal. So that is my suggestion for you there. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't have any other questions. If you have a question as you're watching, just let me know. And if you have a question afterwards and you're watching the replay, you can always tag me and I'll try my best to get to that and answer. So let's look at this little tutorial. I released this a couple of days ago on my social, and people loved it, and y'all asked a bunch of questions, and I wanted to go over it. We're looking at the malfouf. The malfouf is a fantastic Arabic rhythm that comes up a lot, not in Zilling. I don't think Zillers play this very often, but you'll see it in music, in drum solos all the time, typically near the end as things are kind of wrapping up, because it's a very fast, very forward moving rhythm. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to count the malfouf for you, which is going to be a little bit like the counting is a little crazy. And then I'm going to show you a way to play it where like the counting is so incredibly easy and you kind of feel like a rock star and you kind of sound like a rock star, but the pattern itself is actually kind of easy to play once you get into it. So the malfouf goes do, tek, tek, do, tek, tek, do, tek, tek, do, tek, tek. And if you're counting this with a musical counting method, let's see, 1 E, 1 E, 2 E. So 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, and so 1 E and 2 E and 1, 1, 2 and 1, 2 and yeah, you see how that falls? 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and crazy. Yeah, so if you can count that, bravo. If you can't, don't worry, you're not going to need to. When I learn to play the malfouf, we're going to be playing it filled, which means we are going to hit every single 16th note with a stroke, which normally makes a pattern a little bit more difficult. But today, my friends, it's going to make the pattern a little bit easier because we're going to think of the malfouf as just a very fancy 16th note run with interesting sounds. We're going to really lean into the clack and the tick. We're going to use 2 different sounds, which is going to make our malfouf really pop out to the ear, and it's going to make the counting super, super simple. This is how we're going to do it. So first, I want you to just play 16th notes, and I'm going to play them as a tick so that they're nice and clean and clear and you can hear them. So 16th notes, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and yeah, just 16th notes straight like a run, but nice and slow. We're going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. One more. Yeah. Okay. Straightforward. I got a couple thuds in there and I had to look underneath because these are sewn the old way with the little tab on the inside. I always sew them now with the tab on the outside, and the tab got in my way, even though it's cut super short. Totally got in my way. All right. Malfouf. we're going to start with that basic 16th note concept, because it really is 16th notes in that each note is that fast. It's each, a quarter of a single beat. But instead of playing all basics or all ticks like I just did, we are going to do it's a paradiddle, right? We're going to double up on one hand. I am choosing to play the clack on my left and the ticks on my right. Yeah, or you could do it the other way around. I recommend keeping one sound on one hand. So those of you who are continuous alternators, I'm going to recommend you try it like me, where we do clack on one hand, tick on the other, which means you're going to double up on one hand, because our pattern is going to be clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick. That's it. Yeah? Clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, right? And so it's easier, I think, if you keep the clack on one hand and the tick on the other, because if you continuously alternate right and left, your hands have to do gymnastics. If I could do it. Clack, tick, each hand is going to have to change sounds, which is a cool exercise, but harder. Yeah, it's harder. So let's try that clack, tick, tick again. Clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, pause. All right, 7, 8, it's. Yeah, now we're going to do 2 of those back to back. Clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick. Yeah, just like that. 7, 8. Yeah. So now when we do it like this, the clacks now become kind of the important thing, right? The ticks aren't as audible, so they're kind of a gentler sound. So now if we're listening to this clack, check out what happens. We're doing 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. Yeah, so now our left hand, or your clacking hand, whatever is your clacking hand, is playing the mouth move. Boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, magically. And really all you're doing is playing 16th notes, right? So you don't have to keep track of how funky weird that rhythm is. You don't have to keep track of the one and the and. You can just go ahead and play it. It's straightforward, and you don't have to count, right? I'm the king of the tick tick. Yes, I do love me some tick ticks. You are right. So let's try this. I'm going to try it a couple more times seated, and then we're going to stand up and we're going to mark time, because then you can kind of feel that funky rhythm in the body. Yeah. So let's do clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick. And we're just going to keep going. Yeah, we're just going to keep going. 6, 7, 8. One more. Yeah. Okay. Let's try standing up. Because zilling sitting down is great if you're in a band. But if you're a dancer, you're going to want to stand. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me angle my screen here. We're just marking time. We're not going to dance anything crazy. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a clack tick tick clack tick tick clack tick 5, 6. Here we go. Four more. Last one. Yeah, if that felt a little weird, you're not alone, right? It's tempting. I think as dancers, we hear this clack and we want to be like, right? We want to move. We want to move with the clack, but that's what makes it funky, right? Is that we have all those kind of weird upbeat clacks on the and the which makes it roll forward, which makes that malfouf, right? That roll makes it feel like it rolls forward, right? So I'm going to try it one more time. But I'm going to sit back down because I'm going to encourage you now. We're going to play it up to speed. Malfouf is typically a rhythm that is played quickly, and it typically ends at like, it's either like the ending in a drum solo, or it can be sometimes used at the beginning. It's typically like a traveling moment for the dancer because it feels like it has all that forward motion. So it's usually not do, ba, ba, do, do, ba, do, ba, 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 ba. If you haven't recognized it yet, it might be you're playing it quite slow. Yeah, so we're going to speed it up. So we're not going to worry about moving. We're just going to speed it up. As we speed up, relax your hands and try to keep them close enough together so that you're not creating large hand gymnastics as you go. Yeah, so let's try it. We'll just do it continuously, and I will slowly ramp us up. Yeah, so we'll try. Clack, tick, tick, clack, tick, tick, clack, tick. 5, 6. Here we go. Faster. Hold it. Yeah. A little faster. Four more. It gets really cool at the end. Were you able to do it faster? That was pretty fast, but that approximates like then our left hand is going do tak tak do tak tak do tak tak, which is typically how that malfouf is going to play. Yeah, and so it's tough to speed it up, but relax the hands, keep them close together, and don't feel like both that clack and that can have a tendency to sort of clench. Don't do that, right? We do that and grab a lot of tension, and then you're not going to be able to move quickly. Yeah. So if you dig that kind of thing, especially acapella, right? Because you can create some really, really cool stuff acapella in your playing, especially when we're using multiple sounds like that. I have an entire course online that's the foundations for acapella finger cymbal playing. So that's, finger cymbal playing without any music in the background, where you literally are the musician and you are creating the music that you're dancing to. I'm going to post the link in the chat in case you want to check that out. It's heroebellydances.com/acapella. Foundations for acapella finger cymbals. And spoiler alert, because you're here, my intention is to release an acapella finger cymbal solo choreography intensive later this year. Well, I'll take you through and teach you one of my acapella finger cymbal solos from the doom, the tech, the rhythms, the riffs, the dance. And this, if you're interested in that kind of thing, but you're like, I don't know if I'm ready, this is the place to start. heroebellydances.com/acapella, because we do a lot of fun stuff there. And if you're here because you're like, I love finger cymbals, but I don't really know what I'm doing yet because I'm kind of a newbie. If you have not checked out my free Zill Star course, I highly recommend checking that out. It is a wonderful foundation for your finger cymbal practice to get you started with the 4 basic finger cymbal sounds and understanding how to count music. And by the end of this freebie course, you will be able to dance like a little choreography with music with your finger cymbals with some of the basic patterns. And so highly recommend you check that out, especially if you're newer to cymbals and you're like still trying to get a solid foundation. That's a free course. You can totally check it out. Now, before I go, I do have one exciting announcement that is happening later this afternoon, it's happening on YouTube. And I just shared it. I've never done this before. I've shared as a collaborator a premiere for a brand new music video that came out of, I know my Zill Challenge people know all about this, came out of the 2026 Zill Challenge. This year's challenge was done to a beautiful piece of music called Arabic 1, 2, 3, 4 by the amazing Miss Thea, who is a musician and a belly dancer and a finger cymbal player. And I created a choreography and some finger cymbal riffs to go with this particular song. And she had the genius idea to put together the official music video for that song and release it on her YouTube channel. And if you do not follow Miss Thea on YouTube yet, subscribe to her channel. And I'm actually going to pull it up because I know I don't have it on me right at this very moment. But if I go to YouTube, I can find it. I think it's Thea Rocks. I believe it's TheaRaqs. Thea Rocks. Look, I've already searched for her and I'm going to find it again. So if you find her, yeah, it's at Thea Rocks. I'm putting it here, at Thea Rocks. And she is releasing the video today at 4 Central, 6 Pacific. And I'm a collaborator on this. I was the choreographer and the Ziller, the Ziller, and she is the musician, she's the composer, and the inspiration behind this music video, and 10 other amazing dancers who were all part of the 2026 Zill Challenge were chosen to be a part of this music video. And there's some special surprises in there. So that will be premiering on my YouTube channel here at Sahira Belly Dances and Thea's YouTube channel in like just a couple of hours. Yeah, an hour. An hour, is that right? No, 6 p.m. our time, 4 p.m. her time. So 3 hours from now. So definitely check that out. I'm really, really excited about it. It was awesome to collaborate with her in this way. We had a lot of fun, and I think you're going to enjoy the final product. So thanks for zilling with me today. I appreciate you all so much. You take care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the dance floor soon. Bye for now.